on EA Sports. Today's game features a very active secondary. The Bears are top 10 in forcing interceptions, and they'll be up against the Vikings, who will be testing that coverage. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they
First down throw for Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Bridgewater gives to Peterson on the draw. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. On third down, Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Kyle Rudolph doing his job and making another nice catch. Come on, it's the month of December. You knew he was going to be there, right?
I knew you were going to go there. Fresh set of downs here. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. He's got time in the pocket. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the... change it now to line up for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Nowadays, many defensive lines are coached to play the run on their way to the quarterback, and that's exactly what they did.
Go, go, go. Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now a second down throw for Bradford. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
On third down, this is Howard. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball moving on offense.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On first, they go right back to Howard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Cuts right. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They get 31 yards that time. And that leads to a Chicago first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's... This is Howard on second down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that, and when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Here's Connor Barth for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second down following the run. Again, Peterson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. It was Willie Young that wound up getting him down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Young in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Back near the goal line, Bradford. And this is complete to Zach Miller. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. On 1st and 10, Bradford. He's got time. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
That's going to frustrate the coaching staff a little bit as they dialed up the deep shot, but they weren't on the same page on that play. Heck, I don't think they were in the same book. I think he thought he was going to do something else, ends up throwing it over the sidelines. Well incomplete.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. It's brought in by Kevin White. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we get back. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They run with Howard. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Again, it's Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Bradford on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
On 3rd down, Bradford firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it.
Connor Barth now for the Bears field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Onto the field now come the Bears. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Give him 18 on that one. And it'll be a Chicago first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Bridgewater now. The hook up good to Marquise Wilson. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 2nd down, Peterson. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Bridgewater now from the 50. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On second down, Bridgewater again. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Bridgewater again. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First down, Bridgewater. Surveying the field, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here's Bridgewater. Wright's got it. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
So here we go, first and 10 now. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's got time in the pocket. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Bridgewater finding time. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Nugent puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So bad mistake there by the kickers. The ball goes out of bounds. A first down throw for Bradford. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Now Bradford on second down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Bears are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Vikings just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10, Howard's going to stay inside after the handoff, and he'll be brought down after getting to the 22. Bears now later on the drive. Howard's going to look for space. He caps off the 7-play drive with a score. They strike first in the half. Here they've got it at midfield. Young's going to take down the QB here. This one ends up as a loss of 6. Bears take over late in the second. Hunter's going to get to the quarterback here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And that's complete. It's Sims. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
3rd and short yardage. Bradford. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. A good catch there and a first down for the offense.
Excellent awareness by the receiver to know where the first down marker was.
They come out here in the eye. On first down, they run with Howard. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards. So you got the lead here in the second half. Now Carey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here we go now. Green 90.
second down, Bradford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Single receiver. Hey, no go. Blue 45.
On third down, Bradford. He gets it to Sims, complete. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
That's caught at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Still first down.
Here's Bradford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. On the give, running right is Howard. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Carry now. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the eye. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
False start. Offense.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and long for Bradford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
3rd and goal, Bradford. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Barth puts it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They run again with Peterson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Hey. 4 down. Blue for
They go with Howard again. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. So quite the turnaround in this one from a week ago. And in the meetings, I made a faux pas of asking, hey, did he tweak something last week? Because we thought he just didn't look the same, but he's fine.
And I was so glad you asked that question. I mean, you had to take the brunt of the whole thing, and, of course, I sold you out on it. But
took one for the team.
You knew I was there with you, right? It was a legitimate question, though, because last week, we didn't see what we're seeing today. The quickness to the hole, the ability to make cuts, the good vision. We didn't see any of that. He seemed a little bit sluggish in last week's game. Not so this week. Whatever the preparation was, it's working for him.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Illegal blocking the ball. Return team.
Bridgewater a give. This is Peterson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Peterson alone in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes the Vikings defense. Trailing on the scoreboard last time, able to force the fumble. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
That's exactly right, because what they did last time is help them stay in this game. Being opportunistic, taking the ball away, that can help keep a game tight.
Yeah, we'll see if they can be opportunistic here. They'll be looking to force another turnover. On 1st and 10, Bradford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Uses the stiff arm, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards remaining here on 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. First down, Bradford. And that's complete to Jeffrey. Touchdown, Chicago. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Yeah, he better hope that he's lonesome, because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them. Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Left side caught by Diggs. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Let's go. 90.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And right with it here over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run the option left. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Okay, so thought they might go for it here down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Sam Bradford heading back out as he and his offense get ready to go again. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Throwing, Bradford. He's got time. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. 3rd and long for Bradford. He's got Thompson here, complete. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon. Peterson, give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. You got 4. Go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Throwing here, Bradford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave him a little extra confidence there, starting as you said.
And he's got his tight end Miller. Touchdown Bears. Zach Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And the lead is up to 18 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A beautiful fake. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Bridgewater to throw it. Surveying the field. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Out to the right here to Wilson. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. And here is motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dive. Third and long for Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Fielded at about the 28. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And Rudolph has it left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. Second down, Bridgewater. And that's incomplete.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down, or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Offense.
The offense behind the chains after the infraction. It's now third down and 14. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row. One receiver left, 3 to the right. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. He's going to and that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They go play action here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So 2nd and 10 here. Peterson alone in the backfield. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. And here is motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward. To the air again with Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, check, 4 down.
And the final play here will be Bradford going down to a knee. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys who's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly. Wise beyond his years. So for the Bears, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.